Hi, I'm Dr. Raja, and you are watching my YouTube channel IT Tech Trend. In this video, I will show you step by step how to configure static routing in Cisco Packet Tracer using two routers, two switches, and four PCs. Lab objectives are configure routers in Cisco Packet Tracer, define a static routing table, configure the PCs, test functionality using the ping command and the PDU delivery. IP addresses for topology, router to router IP addresses. I used class A IP addresses for fast Ethernet 0/1 for the both routers. And for the LAN 1 and LAN 2, I use a class C IP addresses. For LAN 1, I use 192.168.1.1 for router and .2 and .3 for the two PCs. And for the LAN 2, I use class C IP address 192.168.2.1 and .2.3 for the two PCs. I already placed the devices for my one network and labeled them to save the time. Now I'm going to be place the other devices for the router, switch, and two PCs and label them to show you. Network devices and my router is 1841, which I use for my first one, and switch 2960. I will use the same switch here. Now I'm going to be use the two PCs for this. So this PC there is the, and I will change the PCs. And this one name is PC1 and PC2 and PC3. So there, and switch 0 and switch 1. I will connect the PCs to the switch. They're the non-similar devices, so I will use a copper straight through cable to connect the PCs. So PCs 2, pass Ethernet 0, switch 1. I will spare the first the port for my router and connect my first PC with the fast Ethernet 0/2 and second PC fast Ethernet 0 and connect it to the second port fast Ethernet 0/3. Now I'm going to be connect a switch with the router. So in the switch fast Ethernet 0/1 and I will connect this to the router fast Ethernet 0/0. I connected this side is this network. Now router to router, they both are the similar devices. So I will use a copper crossover cable and router 0 fast Ethernet 0/1 and router 1 fast Ethernet 0/1. So both the routers are also connected. Now I'm going to be label them. I will before going to label, I will check their interfaces, the fast Ethernet 0/0 and the fast Ethernet 0/1 for the router to router, and this one is also fast Ethernet 0/0. I copy this information of the label and this pick up the label and copy all those information there. Only I will change the IP address. That's a fast 10.10.10.2. Now I copy the information from this interface of the router is and the label, and I will place this label here and copy the information. Just simply I will change 192.168.2.1 and rest all the informations are same because it's a class C IP address. Now I will copy this all information of this PC, and this label are going to be labeled this PC2. So what I will change is, because this is 192.168.2.1, so this one is .2.3.2, and the gateway address I added because all those are connected to the routers, and if we do not add the gateway addresses, we are not be able to communicate the outside of the network. Remember, when you use a router for any network, you need to be at the gateway addresses for with the older devices, those who are communicating outside the network. Now we configure all those devices, assign the IP addresses to them. My first PC, PC0, the desktop IP configuration, and I will add address 192.168.1.2. Subnet mask automatically they assign the IPv4 address subnet mask. Now I'm going to assign a gateway address. If we do not assign a gateway address, this PC is not be able to communicate the outer network. Second PC, same. We assign the IP address for this PC 192.168.1.3 subnet mask and gateway to communicate the outer world. Now we will communicate. You can see this, the network is it's showing is it two network, but they are basically three network. This router, switch, and two PCs. This is a one network, and this router, switch, and two PCs is the second network. And router to router, these two routers, that they are the third PCs. So I will configure this router. First route of my router of my network is and the configure and the fast Ethernet, because this port is connected to my inner network. So fast Ethernet 0/0. I will assign the IP address here 192.168.1.1. This is the network address of this router, which is become the default gateway of the devices. And I will check this port status on, and this turn green. Now I'm going to assign IP address for this router, you see, and this router is still showing a red. So this one is fast Ethernet 0/4/1. When I assign, this is a class A IP address. When I assign this IP address to it and check the port status on, it's not going to be turned green. The reason is this router is connected to another router, and that router is port status is still not configured and switched on. So I will first configure this router port is a fast Ethernet 0/1 and 10.10.10.2, and now I set the port status on and turn to a green. I will assign the second interface 192.168.2.1, and I will copy this address and subnet mask and port status on. I will assign the remaining PCs of this network and 192.168.2.2 and subnet mask and the default gateway. Now the second PC of this network, desktop IP configuration 192.168.2.3 and subnet mask and default gateway is 192.168.2.2. We assign the IP addresses. We are able to communicate within the network. Unfortunately, still we are not be able to communicate the outside of the network because we do not created a routing table for this. Every router have a routing table. The routing table have a complete information of connected devices. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to create a routing table of my first router, so router 0, and I will under the routing, because static routing, I'll click on the static, and what we have to do is I also added this routing table here for you. This router 0 basically going to be communicate to this router inner the network 192.168.2.1. So I add our network 192.168.2 and dot 0. Dot 0 mean any other IP devices which are connected, which have any numbers are there, so they are able to communicate it. And mask 255, because class C IP address 255.255.0. Now next hop. Next hop is means your neighbor address. That is your neighbor router, and our neighbor router for this network is this one 10.10.10.2. For the hop, you have to be give a complete IP address of the hop 10.10.10.2, and then you click add. Once this network is added, this routing table is added. So this will be able to communicate. That's the second, and I'm going to assign the second routing. So static. Now this network will going to be connect to this must send and receive the information. So network is network 192.168.1.0. So any further connected device be able to communicate, and mask is class C IP address 255.255.255.0. And next hop. Now this the neighbor router of this one is this router interface. Okay, 10.10.10.1. So 10.10.10.1, and click add. This one is added as well. We configure our all the devices. Now we will check the connectivity first through the ping command. First we will check inside the from network to network. So PC0 and command prompt, and I will ping 192.168.1.3. Great. Is going to be packet sent 4, received 4, lost 0, and 0 loss. I will check the connectivity to the its connected router. Fabulous. Sent 4 packet, receive 4 packet, lost 0 and 0. Now we try to be send a ping to our next router. Next network is 192.168.2.3. This time first it will first one or two is not going to be sent, and then it starts sending. Okay, time out. So first time it will do. Perfect, sent. Now it's going to be sent all the 4 packet. Great, it's sent 4 packet, received 4, lost 0 and 0. Now we check the through the simulation and the PDU from PC0 to PC2, and sometime the first time is not going to be sent properly. The sender send a data message to the connected switch forward to the respected router send the message to the it's not going to be send this is showing easy, and to the next router connected to the network is sent to the switch. Okay, we I can stop it because it's and delete, and I can send again. So send a data. Sender send the data to switch forward to a connected router. Router send forward it to the second network router, and the router then that router forward to the respected switch, and switch forward to the receiver, and still is showing progress and saying the source PC0, destination PC2, and ICMP. Acknowledgement sent back from the sender to switch forward to its respected router send acknowledgement to the next network router, and that router forwarded to the respected switch, and switch send a back to the, and it's successful. We created a network, we tested it through the ping command, we configured it, and we tested by the PDU delivery as well. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. and make sure to hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching the video.